are basically principles. Principles are things that don't change. They're things that don't change. That means they work whether you like it or not. Like gravity is a law. What does it say? Whatever goes up must come down. Okay? The law of harvest said whatever you reap, you see. Whatever you reap, you sow. Okay, I'm sorry. Whatever you sow, you. So whatever you sow, you reap. So watch this. If I plant an apple seed in the ground, what am I going to grow? If I put an orange seed in the ground, what am I going to grow? What if I put a negative thought in the ground and I add on to it, what kind of life am I going to have? If I put a seed of a negative thought and I keep fertilizing it, and I put it into the ground, what type of life am I going to develop? A negative life. If I put a seed into the ground and it's of a positive life, and I add more stuff to it, what type of life am I going to have? Positive. Because in our minds, you can only hold one thought at a time. You can only hold one thought at a time. And so laws, they work whether you believe it or not. Gravity is a law. So watch this. Let's just say I want to get on top of this Reebok building. And I say, you know what, man? Forget this law, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't believe the law of gravity. What you talking about? That's for somebody else. And I go to take a step off the top of the building. Well, after I fall down, break my head, and find myself in the hospital, I'm going to realize that, guess what? I can't break the law. I can be broken by the law. But when we understand the laws that govern life, you can walk through life and know what to expect. You can say, man, if I do this, then this is going to happen. And so I want to share with you guys a simple law. It's called the law of compensation. Okay, compensation is basically you get paid for what you do. How many guys want to make a lot of money in life? How many guys want to earn a lot of money in life? Because we already said success comes with service. The more service you give. Okay, so I want to break it down to you, okay? Here's three things. The law of compensation says this. If you remember nothing else from today, please remember this right here. The law of compensation says that you will earn in life a certain amount of money to three things. Number one, you will earn an exact amount of money in life to the need that there is for what it is you do. So watch this. Are there a need for WNBA players? Yes or no? Yes. Are there a need for lawyers? Yes. Therapists? Yes. Doctors? Yes. Engineers? Yes. Nurses? Yes. Teachers? Yes. NFL players? Yes. So that means whatever that salary is for that type of person, that's what you're going to earn. There's a need for it. So you already know that, hey, lawyers may not make as much as NFL players or veterinarians as much as something else. But it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, whatever the need is what you're going to earn. That's number one. The second thing is that you will earn an exact amount of money, okay, to your ability to do it. So that just means that if you're average in doing what you do, you're only going to make average money. Okay? But if you work on yourself, if you work on your craft, if you're a salesman, if you're working at a store and you're selling stuff, if you work on being a good salesman, if you work on your communication skills, if you work on presenting things, if you work on dealing with our text, then guess what? Your ability to be a salesman and get commission will go through the roof. See, as an NFL player, I had to work at what I did. I had to work at it. Listen, I got there early and I left late. I watched hours upon hours of film. When people didn't want to be around, I was around. I did anything and everything that I had to do to get better. And so at the end of the day, my ability to do it earned me a certain amount of money. It allowed me to earn more. So my thing to you, if a job is looking for two people, and both people, and one person can do the same job better than the other, who do you think they're going to give the money to? The person do it better. And so your ability to do it. So my question to you, how hard are you working? Are you outworking everybody around you? How good are you getting at what you do? Because guess what? Only you set the limit for how much you make. Only you. And here's the last and most important one. Your ability, the ratio of money that you will earn will be tied to this last one right here. The difficulty that there is in replacing you. So if you're doing something in your job, in your career, in your life, and they can't replace you because you're that good, Because the way you smile and the way you talk and the way you communicate and the way you finish things and how you follow up is just that good. And they can't replace it. And guess what? They're going to pay more money for you. And you will earn more. So at the end of the day, you have control over how much you make in life. You have control over how successful your life is. And I'm going to give you a prime example. When I played with the Jaguars, okay, my last 3 years, I played 5 years and then I played with them. 6 years and I played 3 more years after that. After my first contract was done, now I became a free agent. That means that I can go wherever I want to 31 other teams and they can bid on me. And I can play for them and they can pay me a certain amount of money because, again, I'm being compensated for my need, my ability, and the difficulty there wasn't replacing me with the Jaguars. But what the NFL has for every team says that if they're about to lose somebody, they can do something to put a franchise tag on, which means they just give them this tag, and this tag says that you can't go to any other team. You can't go to any other team because the franchise tag says this: who is the one player on our team that we cannot afford to lose? That we'll pay whatever to keep them. And so the Jaguars, instead of letting me go out to get marketed by other teams, they put this tag on me, which says I can't now go anywhere. And so here's what they did. The first year they put the tag on me. Okay? The first year they put the tag on me. They paid me $3 million to play 16 games. $3 million. 1 year. The first year. The second year, after that year was done, I'm like, yeah, I'm a free agent now. Because that tag says it's only for 1 year they can hold me. After that, I'm now a free agent again. I get to go to any other team. You know what I'm saying? There was a need for what I did. My ability, I'm all out. The difficulty there wasn't replacing. They couldn't replace me. Now I'm able to go anywhere. But here's what they did the second year. They franchised tagged me again. And this year, they gave me $4 million. $4 million. The next year, 16 games. In 3 months, $4 million. My service, my ability to do it, the sacrifice that it took for me to get there, not making excuses, but grinding and dominating what I do at an all-pro level is a mindset. It's a mindset. So after my second year's done, man, I'm like, yeah, baby, we free now. I get to go wherever, man, and they get to pay me. I'm about to move out of Jacksonville, move somewhere else, y'all get the bags packed. But to my surprise, they franchised me again. So right now, in the NFL books, I am the only player you are standing there looking at, the only player in the NFL, defensive back, whoever in the history of the 60, 70 years of the NFL that got franchise tagged 3 years in a row. Why? They said there's a need for what Donovin does, his ability to do it. We just can't replace this dude. It's something about the way he works. It's something about the way he communicates. It's something about the passion he brings to his team. And something about what he does in the community. We can't replace him. So we're going to pay him. And so the next year, they got me $5 million. 1 year. 3 months again. So at the end of the day, in 3 years, they paid me $12 million to play football. That was my career. But here's what I'm saying to you. What is your goal? What is that big goal you have for you? And it's not about the money at the end, but it's about you fulfilling your purpose. Because at the end of the day, your need for it, the need that there is for it, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is to replace it. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. That law works for you. It works for somebody who's a kid as much as it works for a person who's an adult. And that's why when we come in this classroom and I share these principles with you guys, I want to empower you. I want to empower you to know that you got the power, man. You got the power to do whatever it is you want to do. Because at the end of the day, nobody can stop you from you. Coach, how are we doing with time? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right. All right. We're just going to read this last one out. Okay. Who wants to read this next one?